Is going on, everybody? Sofa here once again, bringing you guys some Goldeneye. It is about time. One of my favorite games of all time, back when I played my Nintendo 64 like there was no tomorrow, and it was an amazing game. But the thing to this is, most of you guys, I'm guessing, if you owned a Nintendo 64, you probably had this game. You had someone's house, you could go over to play it, or something like that, back in the day when you actually had to go to people's houses to play video games. I know, crazy. Back in the day, everybody had this game, except, just take a wild guess on who didn't, this kid. I guess for some reason my mom saw me at, this game came out in 1997, so I was like, it's probably like around 6 or so, because I played it, I think, like a year after it came out. My mom saw one of my cousins playing it, and and back in the day, this was like realistic graphics and crazy and all that. She was like, oh, it looks like he's actually killing people. This is terrible. And nowadays we look at it like, hey, I can probably run this on my phone. Back then it was realistic, and it was like, oh my god, he's killing people. So I wasn't allowed to play it. So I had to go and sneak around and play it. And look at me trying to no scope like a MLG sauce player. So even my mom even went as far as saying, hey, or to the parents of houses that I went over to when I was a young strapping lad, she told them, hey, does your son have this game? Don't let Ricky play it, because So that being said, I'm gonna say 3 years ago from today, of course I'm 18 now, about to turn 19. Woo! So about 3 years ago I went to a flea market, and there was an old video game stand. And of course, sitting there in the corner like a champ, in pretty much brand new condition, was Goldeneye. And I about peed my pants. I was so happy. I think the clerk kind of looked at me like I had a problem, but I didn't really care because he only had like 5 teeth anyway. But I was so happy, and I came home, and I'm like, hey, went to a flea market with so-and-so. She's like, oh, what'd you get? Goldeneye, bitch! And I didn't say bitch, but you get what I'm saying. Man, so playing this game, that was a good transition. Playing this game, it brings back memories, you know, like there's certain things you do in life that'll be like, man, deja vu back when I was 10, or all this, and nostalgic feeling. This brings me back because there's a lot of games I have that I play now on Nintendo 64 that I've had for, Jesus, like 12 years. And I just get this feeling when I play this game. I sound like I'm marrying this game or something. I have a feeling I've never had before with you. I get this nostalgic feeling because I specifically remember so many times when I would have to go around sneaking to play this game. Like I would have to go to so-and-so's house, or let so-and-so give it to me, or let me borrow it for a little while. And it was, but the good thing is, back in the day, I had a game that not a lot, I was hipster to this. I was Mini Sofa, if you want, yeah, let's go with that. Mini Sofa was a hipster to, if any of you guys know this, back in the day when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was actually cool. I had the first one when it first came out on Nintendo 64, and that was a good trade-off for it, because people were like, I would ask people like, hey, can you just trade me Goldeneye for something? I'm like, oh, what do you got? I'm like, Tony's Hawk Pro Skater, and like, oh. So that's kind of how I went about that. I think today, or maybe a few years ago, they remade this on the Wii, or I want to say they made, about 3 years ago I think they remade it on the Wii, and from what I heard, it was decent. It was, I don't know, it was a Wii game. I'm not a big fan of the Wii, so I'm sorry if any of you guys out there like the Wii, whatever. They remade it on the Wii. From what I heard, it was a good, it did some justice to the game. It wasn't totally terrible or anything like that, but definitely not as good as the first, they were saying. There's a lot of parts where it was like similar levels and remakes of this, but then I think, yeah, because they came out, I remember this because they made it on the Wii first, and then they made it 2 years later for the other consoles, the Xbox and the PS3. And nowhere near comparable to this, of course. And yeah, so I was thinking about maybe doing a playthrough. If I get a really good feedback on this, and just like, it's up to you guys, let me know if this would be something you would want to really want to see, and I'll make it happen. And this is on a side note. Getting used to a Nintendo 64 controller right after you get off a little session on the old COD on a PS3 is not the easiest thing to do. I just feel so awkward when I'm playing a Nintendo game. I need to start playing more and getting used to the controller, because it's like, it's really weird. Imagine if the PS3 or Xbox controller today was shaped something like that. It'd probably be a lot of deformed hands. So, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment, and a like would greatly be appreciated. And or dislike if you're like, man, fuck Nintendo. I don't need no Nintendo in my life, man. It's so few stupid. Yeah. So I'll see you guys later while I jump off a cliff. Bye.